And the reason why we're speaking on this is because it's the first one we've seen. It was only a matter of time. And we're talking about the Tennessee quarterback, Nico Iamaleava. Hopefully I said his name right. Sorry if I didn't. It's not confirmed this is the exact reason, but every single report out there says this is the reason. Nico saw a couple quarterbacks, right? Starting off with Carson Beck when he went to Miami, restructure his NIL deal and hold out a couple days, not of practice, but just kind of waiting and seeing. Well, now Nico is holding out of practice. He's not showing up to practice with the team because he wants a restructured NIL deal and he wants to be paid what Carson Beck and these others are being paid as well, right? So which he wants, I guess, around $4 million is supposedly the number he wants per year. So with that being said, we knew it was only a matter of time. I don't like speaking on this negatively because I love Coach Al and just, positive energy and all that. But this is something I feel like it has to be addressed to some extent, right? So starting off with you, Brinsky, and then we'll go to Coach Sean on this. Give me your take on Nico. It looks like holding out for camp because of NIL money.
Man, the only thing I'm gonna say about this is that we literally just talked about this.
We did
on my channel.
Really?
We literally Ty, Coach Sean, Coach Carl. Shout out to Tez.
There you go.
We all just talked about this. Like we was talking about one thing with NIL and then revenue sharing, and just to see this in real time, what's going on right now was basically everything that we was talking about. Like who was going to be a player? We didn't expect a player to do this so soon, and it's so crazy that we seeing this in real time. And the one thing that I would say that he is doing wrong, and I believe he's doing bad business. You said he seen Carson Beck do this.
It was referenced to Carson Beck going to Miami and then not signing until his NIL contract was put in place, essentially. And there was another quarterback as well. The quarterback that went from, I believe, Coastal Carolina to Duke. I believe it was him. He did the exact same thing where he said, I'm entering the transfer portal, but I'm not putting my name on the dotted line until I see the NIL money first.
Listen what you just said. They're not putting their names on the dotted line till all that is straight. Last time I checked, his name is on the dotted line.
Yeah.
And you're holding out on practice. And if I'm not mistaken, too, Tennessee is having their type of A-Day tomorrow.
Yes. And he's not expected to show.
And he better not show up. I don't care if they do get it right. He better not show up because from what I've seen with the reports, from the coaches to the players, they all turned off by him. They said they will be surprised that he's even on the team anymore. I am convinced that he is not a Tennessee volunteer anymore. I'm glad this is happening, so nobody else won't pull this because it will show you how bad his reps are right now because they are not handling business correctly. They could have did this a lot better. They had months before this.
Yep.
He's pocket watching everybody else do something, and clearly he hasn't lived up to the money that Tennessee already gave them. If you go look at that Ohio State game and look at his stats and look at the money that he's asking for, I guess $4 million a year. I think the verified account for On 3 with Arch Manning is like $5 million.
Yeah, 5.
And you think you're going to get that type of money and you're not Arch Manning? Man, please. I'm telling you, I will be shocked if Nico is a Tennessee volunteer next week. Matter of fact, I'll be shocked if he's a Tennessee volunteer by Monday.
Well, Brinsky, before we jump over to Coach Sean, how much does that affect their season?
They're gonna find. They have quarterbacks on the roster, but I believe Jordan McIntyre just got there. But I believe when the transfer portal open up, the first quarterback that hit there that they find decent, they're gonna bring him in.
All right,
it affects their season big time. because I expect him to be better than he was last year. But hey, man, this need to be a lesson to a lot of kids, and then trust me, a lot of people are watching right now. Best believe, and they're gonna see this play out badly in real time, and nobody's gonna try to attempt this again. So Tennessee is pretty much gonna hold their gun. So you just expect to see him in the portal.
And I believe NFL GMs are probably watching this as well.
Well, see the difference between like NFL GMs, like that's our livelihood.
Yeah, they don't care.
This is a bit different. Like you're
Yeah.
going to school for this and all that. Like this is something totally different. Something totally different.
Coach Sean?
I'll start off by saying if this is true. And we're only speaking if this is true.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, facts. For me, man, I'll say this. We all know I'm not a Tennessee fan. I think they're utterly ridiculous. You know, I think their color is ridiculous. It's not orange, it's fluorescent. I mean, I'm that fan that rather lose to Auburn than lose to Tennessee. That's just me, though. That's just me. I utterly despise them, respectfully. So, before I get my spiel, when I lose to Auburn, I feel bad. I just got to hear they little fans, like little gnats in my ear. You know, you just pluck them away. When I lose to Tennessee, I get physically sick. Like I'm physically temperature and all that. You know what I mean? But I will say, man, you gave this kid a boatload of money coming out of high school, right? You gave him money. I see the OG Ephraim say, "Get your money." And if we're looking at it from the kid standpoint, okay, I'll never pocket watch. If you can do it, right? Whatever. Here's the flip. Here's the reality of it, though. When you do it, you have just took a ridiculous defecation on every team, on every player in that locker room, all your teammates. To go back and demand more, even if you can do it or not, you just turned your back on everybody that you bled with and sweat with, right? They gave you what you asked for, right? Scholarship? What scholarship? What the hell is a scholarship? That don't mean nothing, right?
Nope.
So the end of the day, man, at the end of the day, until something is done, until revenue sharing comes in, until some borders and some parameters are going to be put on this, you're going to see this kind of stuff. But I will say to Nico, you're not Cade Klubnik at Clemson. You're not Garrett Nussmeier at LSU. You're not DJ Lagway at Florida. You're not even Arch Manning at Texas. You know, you played average, to be honest. To go out and yeah, man. I mean, if I'm Tennessee, I don't care how talented the kid is. I shoot you the deuces. Let's move on to the next quarterback. I will not be held hostage by any player. Don't give a damn. If Devontae Smith didn't ask for $7 million, $5 million, you can't ask for 7. If Julio Jones didn't ask for it, you can't ask for it. If the head busser himself, Marvin Constant, didn't ask for it, you can't ask for it. Period. That's just what it is. I get it, man. I understand the climate. You know, I'm on the player side. You know, I went to a HBCU, so I'm on the player side all the time. But to do that at this point, you pretty much told everybody in that locker room, I don't give a damn about you. It's about me, buddy. Right? More is more. More is not less. So shout out to my brother Gil Cruz too, man. Shout out to Gil. Big shout out. That's the end of the day, man. That's just what it is. I mean, is selfish? Maybe. Is selfish looking out for yourself? Maybe, right? I won't judge the kid because I don't know him, but I'm just saying from a team perspective, this sucks. And I can't say I feel sorry for him because it's Tennessee,